In part 1 of the video on how to mail your bulky handmade cards, you learned how to package and pad them so that they'll survive the Postal Service. Now I'll show you how to figure the postage you need, so stay tuned. Hi, this is Sage Kimball, and I'm the Mad Stamper, with more tips for card makers and paper crafters. If you haven't watched part 1 of how to mail bulky handmade cards, you can find the link in the top right corner of the YouTube video player. I'll also put it under the video. Although you can find this postage information on the Postal Service website at www.usps.com, it isn't presented in a very concise and understandable way. I spent a long time trying to figure out how to present the information in a user-friendly format. It turns out to be much simpler than it seems from the Postal Service website. So, if you want to send cards without going to the post office, here's what you need. First of all, you need a postal or a kitchen scale that weighs in ounces. I got this one from Amazon for about $19. You can get cheaper kitchen scales that are battery operated, some for under $10. Second, you'll need a stash of stamps. You'll need forever stamps, which at this time are priced at 49 cents. And you'll need additional ounce stamps, which are currently priced at 22 cents. You can order stamps from the Postal Service website, and it's very convenient. There's a minimal shipping charge. I think on my last order I paid about $1.30 for shipping on several sheets of stamps. So if you really don't like going to the post office or it's really inconvenient for you, I encourage you to use the Postal Service website for that. The chart I use in the rest of the video for figuring postage has an error. Where it says with weight less than, it should say with weight not more than, as in this corrected version of the downloadable PDF. I'm adding captions in red where the audio is incorrect, so you'll see what I should have said. And I apologize for any confusion. So here are the guidelines for figuring postage, and I have outlined them here in the PDF, Sending First Class Mail Without Going to the Post Office, which you will be able to download. So for cards mailed as letters, you'll need one forever stamp if it weighs less than 1 ounce. For 1 ounce or more, add one additional ounce stamp, like this one, for each extra ounce up to 3.5 ounces. And since our cards may be thick, they're still pretty lightweight. Even my trifold shutter card with the padding and the envelope is less than 2 ounces. For non-machinable envelopes, such as square ones, or envelopes with more than 1/4 inch variation in thickness, you'll add one more additional ounce stamp above what the weight requires. For cards mailed as large envelopes, the base rate is 2 forever stamps, or 98 cents. And that's for cards that weigh less than 1 ounce. For 1 ounce or more, you add an additional ounce stamp for each extra ounce. So I'm just going to show you the postage on the cards that I showed in the first part of the video. So here's the very simple, not thick, no embellishments card with its chipboard cover and an envelope, and that weighs less than 1 ounce. It's 7/10 of an ounce. So all it's going to need is a forever stamp. Next was this heavier card with a heavy embellishment and dimensionals with a chipboard layer and an envelope. And this weighs 1.1 ounces. So it's going to need one forever stamp and then an additional ounce stamp because it's over 9/10 of an ounce. Here's a square card with a piece of cardboard and a square envelope, and it weighs 1.2 ounces. So it needs the base 49-cent forever stamp. It needs an extra ounce stamp, and it needs another additional ounce stamp because it's square and non-machinable. Then we move into the cards that are thicker than 1/4 of an inch, but less than 3/4 of an inch thick. So here's this butterfly card with the thick flower, the bubble wrap padding I showed you, and the chipboard. This one weighs 1 ounce on the button. The base postage for a large envelope is 2 forever stamps. And because it's not less than 1 ounce, it's right at 1 ounce, it needs an additional ounce stamp. And last is this trifold shutter card with 3 layers of bubble wrap and a piece of chipboard. This one weighs 1.6 ounces. So it will need the base price of 2 forever stamps, and it will need 1 additional ounce stamp. And that's all. If it were thicker than 3/4 of an inch, it would need to be sent as a package, and that ends up being more expensive to mail. Use the link in the top right corner of the YouTube video player to download the PDF on sending first-class mail. And that's all you need to know if you want to send your handmade cards without going to the post office. Thanks for watching. Like this video, share it with your card making friends, and leave me a comment. For more inspiration and instructions, be sure to sign up for my newsletter at www.stampingmadly.com. And don't miss another great video. Subscribe to the Mad Stamper YouTube channel by clicking on the subscribe button now.